Wide my video series 85, we have learned funds flow statement. We had earlier discussed the balance sheet and profit and loss account statement of companies. Having already understood the balance sheet and profit and loss account, let us discuss and understand the document cash flow statement of a company via this video series 86. Though there are two methods which are being used to prepare cash flow statement, which are called as direct method and indirect method, we shall be discussing the indirect method as the cash flow statement prepared as per the indirect method forms a part of the financial statement. We shall be discussing the format of a cash flow statement, the difference between the direct and indirect methods, how to analyze a cash flow statement, and the preparation of a cash flow statement based on actual financial statements. Section 2(4) of the Companies Act 2013 says that a set of financial statements in relation to a company include the following. One is the balance sheet as at the end of the financial year, profit and loss account for a particular period, cash flow statement for the financial year, a statement of changes in equity if applicable, and the explanatory notes forming part of any of the above documents. The Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013 does not prescribe any specific format for the preparation of the cash flow statement. But the SEBI guidelines mandate that the listed company should prepare the cash flow statement as per indirect format prescribed by AS3 issued by ICAI. The accounting standard AS3 issued by ICAI has made cash flow preparation mandatory for the following category of business firms. The first one is the companies whose equity or debt securities are listed on a recognized stock exchange in India. This rule is also applicable for those companies which are in the process of listing equity or debt securities in a recognized stock exchange in India. All other business enterprises with a turnover of 50 crore exceeding during an accounting period also need to prepare the cash flow statement as prescribed by ICAI under AS3. Why do we need a cash flow statement? The documents such as balance sheet, profit and loss account, funds flow statement are prepared on the basis of accrual accounting. In cases where a firm has to take a decision on investing in purchasing a fixed assets or to incur an expenses for another purpose, the firm needs information on the actual cash available at a particular point of time. The preparation of cash flow statement provides details on the amount of actual cash available and the source of its generation. Now, the cash flow statement consists of pure cash inflow and cash outflow into the business and out of the business. The cash inflow and cash outflow can be further divided into cash inflows and outflows on account of operational activity, cash inflows and outflows on account of financing activity, cash inflows and outflows on account of investment activity. Now, examples of cash inflows and outflows on account of operational activity, that is the core business activity. Cash receipts from sale of goods and services, cash receipts from fees, commission and other revenue, they form are cash inflows on account of operational activity. The cash outflows could be cash payment to suppliers of goods and services, trade creditors payment, wages paid in cash, electricity bill payment due to on account of cash, administrative expenses, selling expenses, repair cost on machinery, anything which is an operational expenses paid in cash. Now, when it comes to the cash inflows and outflows on account of financing activity, any enhancement in working capital finance is an inflow of cash. Availing of any loan from bank or other sources, raising unsecured loans, infusion of capital, issuance of debentures, loans, notes, bonds, they are all cash inflows on account of financing activity. The outflows could be the payment of interest, the payment of installments, etc. are cash outflows on account of financing activity. When it comes to the investment activity, the cash inflows could be the company made an investment in share market and it receives dividend, sale of shares, sale of debenture, sale of bonds, sale of a fixed assets like land, building, machinery, etc. And cash outflows could be fresh investment in shares, debentures, bonds, purchase of fixed assets, land, building, machinery, etc. So these are the three activities through which a cash inflow or outflow happens in a business enterprise. There are two methods, as we have already understood, that direct method and indirect method. Though ICAI suggests preparation of cash flow statement using any methods, SEBI has issued instructions to the listed companies to use only indirect method of computation of cash flows. Banks generally use direct method of preparation of cash flow statements for 1. Assessing working capital finance limit using cash budget method, where the bank should be asking the business enterprise to give a projected cash budget, telling about for a particular period what are the cash inflows and cash outflows on account of operational activity, financing activity, investment activity, based on which bank assesses the peak deficit and sanctions a working capital finance limit. The second thing is, suppose the bank has established or opened a letter of credit, the bank needs to understand that on the due date, the business enterprise will have sufficient cash surplus to meet such liabilities. So bank use normally the direct method of cash flow preparation. Now the basic difference between the direct and indirect cash flow statement is only in the computation of cash inflows and outflows in the operating activity. As far as the inflows and outflows on account of investing or financing activity, there is no difference between the direct and indirect method. The difference in method is only on ascertaining the net cash flow due to operational activity. Now let us look at the format. There is a serial number, there is a particulars column and two more columns. The first column gives as per the current reporting period, and to enable the users to compare the previous year's figures as per the previous reporting period also it is there. The first one is the cash inflow from operating activities. We are using the indirect method here. The list is not exhaustive. I am giving you some examples. It starts with the profit before tax. Then the depreciation provision which has been made should be added. Then you add the interest the company had paid, because the interest paid has to be included under financing activity. So naturally the interest paid need to be added back, and reduce any interest or dividend received. If the interest received is there on deposits, it's a financing activity, and if it is a dividend received, it is an investment activity. So any interest or dividend received should be deducted. So what we get is operating profit before working capital changes. So what we are taking is profit before tax, add depreciation, add interest paid, deduct interest or dividend received. Then you have to make adjustment for working capital changes. They are any increase in current assets like trade receivables and stock of materials deducted, because any increase result in cash outflow. Any decrease in current assets like trade receivables and stock, then add it back, because any reduction increases the cash inflow. Then any increase in current liabilities, add. The current liability increases means cash inflow happens. Any decrease in current liabilities, deduct, because any decrease in current liability means there is a cash outflow. Then deduct the direct taxes paid. Ultimately what you get is cash generated from operations. This method is indirect method. This is the only difference between the indirect and direct method. Now let us go to the financing and investment activities. Now look at the cash inflow from investing activity, the sale of fixed assets, purchase of fixed assets, dividend received on investing, and find out the net cash flow from investing activity. We will take the cash inflow, we will take the cash outflow, and then find out whether there is a net cash inflow or cash outflow, positive or negative. Now when it comes to cash flow from financing activity, proceeds from issue of shares, interest paid, increase or decrease in long-term borrowing. When it is an increasing, it is a source. When it is decreasing, the repayment, it is a cash outflow. Any increase or decrease in bank borrowing, when it increases, there is a cash inflow. When it decreases, the repayment happens, it is a cash outflow. And we will find out the net cash flow from financing activity. So we have found out the net cash flow from operating activity, net cash flow from investing activity, and net cash flow from financing activity. Now you add all the three to get the net increase or decrease in cash. Add the opening balance, that is a cash balance at the beginning of the year. The net increase or decrease in the cash, that is A plus B plus C plus cash balance at the beginning of the year, should tally with the cash balance at the end of the year. So what we are doing is finding out from the operating activity, investment activity, and the financing activity, net cash inflow or outflow. Add all these things, add it to the opening cash or cash equivalent of the company. That should result in the cash balance at the end of the year. Then how do we analyze it? Analysis of a cash flow statement. This list is not exhaustive. It will vary from company to company and observation to observation. But even then, the firm should show a net positive cash flow from sum total of the three cash flows. That is, when you add A plus B plus C, that is the net cash flow from operating activity, net cash flow from investment activity, net cash flow from the financing activity, the sum total of the three should be a net positive cash flow. The positive net cash flow is an indication of a healthy and prudentially managed company. A positive operating cash flow, that is, we are looking at only the operating cash flow, indicates that the internal generation of the company is fairly strong and is adequate to take care of its day-to-day operations, which means that cash inflow from operating activity should always be greater than cash outflow, which means it has got sufficient cash generation from its day-to-day operations. It is a healthy sign. The positive operating cash flow is associated with normally a negative cash flow on investing activity. So normally in the investing activity, the cash outflow will be greater than the cash inflow. The negative investing cash flows indicate that the company is investing its surplus. The question is, banks need to ascertain whether the investment made in productive or assets or are made in assets which are speculative in nature. Any investment which the company is making should generate either additional capacity or additional revenue. So we have to see If the investing activity is a negative cash flow, then where that investment has gone, whether the investment is made in a productive asset or in an asset which is speculative in nature. Now, the cash flow from financing activity may be positive or negative. A positive cash flow on financing actually indicates funds flow into the company through capital or loans, whereas a negative financing cash flow indicates repayment of loan or interest. Now let us look at practically how to prepare a cash flow statement using indirect method. I have brought certain figures of an actual balance sheet and profit and loss account statement of a company. Now look here, on the right hand side we have the cash flow from operating activity. On the left hand side you can say the profit before tax of the company is 1286, that is taken. Now we are adding adjustments for the depreciation, that is 11 crore 14 lakhs is getting added, and there is an interest outgo which is 26.09 crore finance cost, which since it is a activity related to financing, that is to be added here on the operating activity. Since there is no interest received, nothing is deducted. So I have got the operating profit before working capital changes at 50.09 crores. Let us move on. Same operating cash flow, we are making some adjustments for the working capital changes. Look at the trade receivables, it has increased from 106.45 to 105.20, it has reduced. So naturally there is a cash inflow of 1 crore 25 lakhs. But whereas the inventories has increased from 107.21 crore to 153.26 crore. Increase means there is a cash outflow. So naturally it will be shown as negative 46.05 crore. And there is a trade payable, and the trade payable is increased from 63.53 to 86.35. Naturally it is a positive sign. So the trade payables becomes 22.82. Short-term provisions have increased. Similarly, sundry creditors have increased. Other current assets has increased. So all put together, the cash generated from operation is 33.57 crore. And from there, we are deducting the direct tax paid 290. So my net cash flow from operating activity comes to 30.67 crores. That means it is a positive sign. This company is having adequate cash generated from its core business activity. Let us move on to the investing activity. The company has purchased fixed assets worth 43.06 crore because it has increased from 146.81 to 189.87. When it is investing, it is a cash outflow. Naturally, it will be negative. Now, moving on to financing activity, we have seen that the share capital has increased by 6 crore 61 lakhs, and interest paid, which we have added to the operating activity, is reduced here because that belongs to the financing activity cash outflow 26.09, and there is an increase in long-term borrowing, unsecured loans and trade deposit worth around 32.79 crore, and there is an increase in short-term borrowing from bank, which has increased from 103.93 to 105.33, and increase is 1 crore 40 lakhs. So my net cash flow from financing activity is 1471. All the put together, now we have the A plus B plus C works out to 2.32 crore. Cash at the beginning was 8.75 crore. So cash at the end of the period was 11.07 crore. Here if you look at it, the cash flow from investing activity is negative, whereas the cash flow from financing activity and the cash flow from operating activity, both are positive. Now, in this video series 86, we have learned preparation and analysis of cash flow statement, which is a part of the financial statements of a company. Subscribe to this channel to receive intimation on my new videos. Subscription is totally free. Press the like button and share the information with your friends. In my next video series 87, I shall come out with a similar topic on lending. Thank you all very much. Visit my website www.lendinghub.co.in. Thank you very much.